Quick! Get me a boat. That's the panicked cry echoing from Montecito as Prince William lands in Brazil, charming locals, scaling Sugarloaf Mountain, radiating effortless royal charisma. And what does Harry do? Minutes later, he announces his own totally coincidental trip to Canada. Coincidence? Please. This is textbook copycat desperation. Today we expose Harry's latest PR circus in the Great White North, a narcissistic grift dressed up as charity, exploiting Canadian veterans for a photo op while pretending he's still royalty. Buckle up, this one's going to sting. Let's start with the stopwatch. Prince William's first engagement in Brazil drops, boom, global headlines. Harry's team scrambles. Within minutes, Invictus aligned socials blast. Prince Harry in Canada. Same week. Same media cycle. This isn't synergy, it's sabotage. Harry's been pulling this stunt for years. William announces Earthshot. Harry drops a Netflix teaser. William visits Singapore. Harry jets to Japan. Pattern recognized. But Canada? That's a new low. He didn't just pick a random country. He hijacked a Commonwealth ally hours after William's triumph. Why? Because William's trip was earned. Decades of duty, zero scandals, zero taxpayer bailouts. Harry's? A private citizen cosplaying as a working royal, using veterans as props. The charity? True Patriot love, conveniently tied to Invictus. Translation: Invictus paid. Your donations, funneled through a charity web, bankrolled Harry's ego trip. Disgraceful. Now, the medals. Look closely. Harry's wearing military honors his banned from displaying in uniform. The late Queen's ruling was crystal. Step down from royal duties, lose the right to wear military dress. William? Full uniform, because he earned it through active service. Harry? Stripped of honorary titles, yet here he is in Canada, chest puffed, medals clinking like costume jewelry. Fact check. Harry served bravely in Afghanistan. 10 weeks, mostly in a bunker, under heavy protection. Respect where due. But wearing those gongs now? It's stolen Valor Light. He's a civilian. He left the firm. Yet he struts into Canadian military events like he's still Colonel-in-Chief. The hypocrisy burns. Worse, he's lecturing Canadian veterans. Sir, you don't represent the Crown. You don't represent the UK. You're a Netflix star with a podcast. The Canadian military should be ashamed, rolling out the red carpet for a grifter who sued his own grandmother's government. Shame on the organizers. Shame on true patriot love for laundering his image. And the titles? Still Prince Harry on every press release. The British public has spoken, 70% plus want those titles stripped. He can't have it both ways. Quit the family, keep the perks. Pick a lane. Question 1. Who paid? Not Harry, he's admitted is broke without daddy's allowance. Archul's finances? Opaque. But Invictus? Flush with donor cash, including Canadian taxpayers via military partnerships. That private jet to Canada? Fueled by veterans' goodwill. The hotel? The security? The glossy photo package? Someone foot the bill, and it wasn't Harry's piggy bank. Demand transparency. Invictus must disclose line item expenses for Prince Harry's Canadian visit. Because right now, it smells like charity fraud. Using wounded warriors as backdrop for a man who whines about privacy while courting cameras? Vile. And King Charles? Radio silence. Every time Harry pulls this, Charles's legacy shrinks. Weak leadership invites mockery. Strip the titles. Ban the medals. End the farce. William can't fix this alone. Though God knows he's trying, shining in Brazil while Harry scrambles for relevance. Let's be blunt, Harry's a global joke. The man who wrote a book trashing his family now begs for their spotlight. The privacy prince who films Netflix specials in his mansion. The veterans champion who hasn't attended an Invictus planning meeting in years. Canada was the final nail. Veterans deserved dignity, not a photo op with a man who called the First Amendment bunkers. He's not royal. He's not military. He's not even original. William climbs a mountain, Harry rents a stage. William builds Earthshot. Harry builds resentment. The world sees it. Polls show Harry's approval in the gutter, lower than Andrew's some weeks. The Canadian stunt? A flop. Local media barely covered it. Socials roasted him. Even the veterans looked uncomfortable. Now the million-dollar question, literally. Who footed the bill for Harry's ego trip? True patriot love is a charity. But dig deeper, it's a partner of the Invictus Games Foundation. Same board members. Same donor circles. Same Sussex-approved photo backdrops. Translation? Invictus, your donations, your crowdfunding, likely bankrolled Harry's private jet, his security, his 5-star veteran outreach. This isn't philanthropy. It's a laundering scheme for royal cosplay. Veterans become props while Harry's brand gets a taxpayer-subsidized glow-up. And Canadians, you're furious for a reason. Your military welcomed a private citizen who doesn't represent the Crown, the UK, or anyone but his own Netflix deal. He's not on a royal tour. He's on a vanity tour. There's a difference, and the difference is protocol, respect, and the medals he has no right to flaunt. Remember when Harry sued the press for invading his privacy? When he whined about toxic media? Yet here he is, staging photo ops with veterans, tipping off photographers, leaking itineraries. This is the same man who wrote a 400-page memoir trashing his family, then cries "Leave me alone" when the cameras turn. Hypocrisy? Harry invented the deluxe edition. He wants to act royal without the duty. Wear the medals without the service. Lecture veterans without the accountability. Newsflash: Harry, you left the firm. You don't get the perks. Prince William can wear his RAF uniform, his Colonel of the Army Air Corps. You're a civilian in a borrowed blazer. This isn't about Brazil versus Canada. It's about decency. Harry's Canadian stunt was a desperate, cringe-worthy copycat move that insulted veterans, mocked protocol, and exploited a charity for clout. The solution is simple: strip his titles. Duke of Sussex? Gone. Prince? Revoked. Medals? Confiscated until he earns them as a private citizen. King Charles, the ball's in your court. Your legacy hangs on one question. Will you let a grifter hijack the monarchy's honor, or will you draw the line Her Late Majesty couldn't? William's out there being the future. Harry's out there begging to stay relevant. Time's up, Harry. The boat's sailed, and you're not on it. This Canadian stunt exposes the core hypocrisy of Harry's post-royal life. He can't have it both ways. Leave the firm but still act like royalty on tours. How can this be a royal engagement when he quit? It's not. He's a private citizen, yet he parades around with medals and titles he forfeited. The Queen banned him from the uniform for a reason. He stood down. End of story. But Harry won't stop this nonsense unless his honors are stripped. Obviously, that's the only way to end this charade. And where's King Charles in all this? Time to act, Your Majesty, or secure your legacy as a weak king unable to make hard choices. William will fix this. He's already out there showing what true royalty looks like in Brazil. But Charles? He's letting Harry tarnish the monarchy's image with these copycat moves. The public is watching, and they are not impressed. Harry's actions challenge everything the royal family stands for: duty, service, humility. Instead, we get self-promotion, grifting, and a refusal to accept reality. He's using veterans, charities, and even countries like Canada to prop up his fading star. It's not just cringe, it's damaging. The evidence is clear from this latest episode. Harry's not evolving. He's regressing into a perpetual victim-grifter hybrid. So here's the truth. Harry's Canadian copycat move wasn't charity, it was theft. Theft of spotlight, theft of dignity, theft of donor dollars. He's a private citizen LARPing as royalty, exploiting heroes for headlines. To Canada, never again. To Invictus, audit the books. To King Charles, act, or be remembered as the monarch who let his son mock the crown. To Harry, retire the medals, drop the titles, and fade away. The British people have moved on. The Commonwealth has moved on. William's in Brazil building the future. You're in yesterday's headlines. This isn't hate, it's accountability. The grift ends now.